from the mothership. This is Torrance, California, and I found my favorite car in the visitor parking lot. Although it's not owned by a visitor, this actually belongs to my friend Jake, who's part of the PR team at Honda. So let's check this 1997 2.2 CL. So you guys will remember my 1999 CL. I had a Milano red 5-speed. It was a super fun car, especially with that drivetrain combination, but this is a very, very clean example of the very first model year. So the CL people will remember every year of the CL, the wheels were different based upon the year. So this is obviously a 1997 and super well preserved. And the best part is it has a stick shift. So it's a 5-speed manual with that awesome wood grain trim in there, and 169,000 miles. But the car does not look that. It's incredibly well preserved. This car was just brought over from Ohio. So Jake is now making it into a California resident. And he has the rear trunk lid spoiler that I had on mine as well. And super great lines. This car obviously was very revolutionary for its time, being American designed and built. So it's a very important era for the Acura brand, and I'm excited to get to take it for a quick spin. You guys love that characteristic 1990s Honda Acura startup sequence, so there you go. It's been a couple years since I drove a CL, so this is going to be a trip down memory lane, but now I remember everything I loved about that car, and it's the typical perfection in the gearbox. I don't know maintenance wise what all Jake's had to do with this. I'm going to pick his brain later, but one thing about that is, for being a 26-year-old car, you could probably still daily drive this thing comfortably and not think twice about it. I'm going to take you guys on a very quick little lap around Torrance, California. It's comfortable 80 degrees here compared to about 110 back home, so I'll enjoy this as long as I can. In fact, maybe I'll ask Jake if I can have his car coming home with me. Just as flawless as I knew it would be. And there you have it, Cyclone Blue Metallic. It was a 1997 color for the CL, and this car looks pretty phenomenal for its age. Gotta hand it to Jake and all the nice caretakers who kept it in such brilliant condition. Before we close out on this, since I have the documentation handy, I thought I'd do a little memory lane walk down with you, since it's been a couple years since I sold my CL. And by the way, hi Fred, if you're watching this, thanks for taking good care of my red one. I'm glad that that car ended up with you and has found an enthusiast home. So here's a little pamphlet that discusses when the CL launched. It said, introducing the new look in performance luxury coupes. And it says, before you climb behind the wheel, you may want to upgrade your wardrobe. So this car, because of its design, which was maybe polarizing to some, was definitely making a fashion statement at the time. And it was based on the CLX concept. If any of you attended Radwood, LA a few years ago at the Peterson Museum, Honda and Acura actually brought out the original CLX concept car, which ended up staying pretty true to production when this thing hit the showrooms a little bit later on. This states, our new luxury sports coupe is more than exhilarating to the eye, it's soothing to the soul, introducing the new Acura 2.2 CL. So the CL experts in the audience will remember this car was upgraded to a 2.3 liter the following year. And as I mentioned in the video, there were very slight revisions to the exterior each year, including the wheels, maybe a few other little miscellaneous things. You can see there the wedge shape that's derived from that concept car that I mentioned. And this car shared a lot of mechanical underpinnings with the Accord coupe of that era, which is kind of nice because it means that replacement parts and things like that are more readily available than some of the obscure cars that I've owned. So there's a quick look at the brochure. I'll show you the color swatches real quick. Jake's car is the Cyclone Blue, which is a particularly cool example, which was only available with the charcoal interior. So once again, thank you, Jake, for taking the time to let me put a couple miles on your CL. And if anybody else out there has a cool Acura that they want me to take a peek at, hit me up. I'd love to take a cruise. Take care, everyone.